Oh! Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Class of the Elite, Episode 2. It takes a great talent and skill to conceal one's talent and skill. That's true. Last episode, the first episode of this new anime, he went to a new school, and then this school you are given a whole bunch of points that basically are money that you get to spend each month, I guess. But they didn't know that it came with a condition. Depending on how well you behave, I guess, or something, you're gonna get points. If you don't get any. And they spent a whole bunch of them, probably the majority of them, spent their money on frivolous things, and now they're out of money, expecting that the new month they were gonna get the same amount, and they didn't get anything, and that was the reveal at the end of that episode. So yeah, before we get into this one, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please go to support on Patreon. I appreciate .com/feelingmini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. C'est une grande habileté que de savoir cacher son habileté. Réflexion ou son temps c'est maximal. La Rochefoucauld. Okay.
嫌わせたいってこともあるんじゃないか。そういうものかしら。やだ。
Oh no, I'm just not a fan of, focusing on people's breasts. Each time it happens, I just sort of roll my eyes. But then again, it's the shows, I believe, is geared toward like young people, and that's what they have on their minds, I guess. I don't know. Nami.
まるで小学生だわ。けれど最悪とも思えない。S システムによれば、彼らは最悪の不良。
S system?
そう、これが S システムだ。リアルタイムで生徒を査定し、数値として算出する。しかし逆に感心もした。1ヶ月で全てのポイントを吐き出したのは歴代の D クラスでも初めてだ。実社会と同じだ。人事効果。詳細な査定の内容は教えられない。
Okay.
入学時点では全クラスに1000クラスポイントが与えられていた。お前たちはその全てを失ったというわけだ。
But they're not gonna tell you how exactly you lost them.
お前たちは C に昇格。C クラスは D に降格する。直近で言えば次の中間テスト、次回以降、中間、期末テストで赤点を取った者は即退学とする。
He looks sort of like confident. I'm guessing he's intelligent. Oh.
生活態度を改め、次回の中間テストで高得点を取るしかない。
Uh-huh.
C クラス以上に昇格するほかない。D クラスにいる限り、進路の希望は叶わない。綾野浩二君、あなた何か運動してた？いや別に。それにしては前腕の発達とか。ねえねえ、堀北さん。
So she gonna push him into doing some kind of sport and maybe gain points through that?
でも一生懸命練習して泳げるようになったの。そう、よかったわね。
I don't trust her.
もっと仲良くしたいんだけどな。
I don't think so, because with him, she's pretty much open. Like, she goes to him, talks to him, but it's just her that she's like, I don't want to have anything to do with you.
来月は必ずポイントを獲得しなきゃならない。お前が何やろうと勝手だけどよ。俺を巻き込むな。D クラスとはな。
Oh, the president.
一年 A 組おめでとう。今月お前たちのクラスに与えられたポイントは940。S システム、どこまで理解している？
Like they knew about the S system, and that's how they were able to get those points.
暇もしよかったら一緒に食べない？
See, oh, she gets along great with him. It's just, oh,
本当にいいのか？
ええ、何でも好きなもの食べて構わないって私が言い出したんだもの。
so they're using her points.
早速だけど話を聞いてもらえるかしら。昼休みまでの間に平田くんたちの方針は決まったみたい。
Hirata? Who's that again?
くんの誘いを断ってしまった。
須藤か。
それに山内くん、池くん、
Is Sudo
勉
the
強したがる連中に
the red hair dude?
勉強会を開くってことか。それも須藤や池たちを救済するって目的の。
ええと判断されたのなら必ず A クラスに上がってみせる。
今 A クラスって言ったか。
言ったわ。
C クラスじゃなくてか。
That must be the class that the president is in, right?
あれを巻き込むなって。
食べたわよね。私のおごりでお昼をスペシャル定食
Oh my goodness.
こと許したつもりはないのだけれど、
来たね。
帳消しにして欲しかったら私に協力することね。私の携帯番号とアドレス、何かあったらここに連絡して。
Yeah.
受けてしまったからにはやるほかないか。
Well, you didn't actually say that you were? You just didn't say anything.
やめとく。無理。
I knew it.
やっぱり無理か。はい。1年 D 組の櫛田さんの部屋につないでいただければ。もしも。
Trying her hair? Probably.
ごめん、聞こえちゃった。ちょうどお風呂入ってて。
俺も驚いた。
ん？
いや、喜べ櫛田。お前は親善大使に選ばれた。
タさん主催で困っている友達がいたら助けるのは当たり前じゃない？だから手伝うよ。
無理強い。
せっかく友達になったみんなとそんなことでお別れになっちゃうのってすごく嫌じゃない？一つだけお願い聞いてくれる？その勉強会に私
I knew she'd say that. I knew it.
の携帯番号、綾野浩二くんにも教えておくね。
いいのか？
気軽に連絡して。
櫛田の連絡先。よしっと。
She doesn't want her.
もう。
いや、
Oh my goodness, that was so quick. No.
なんだよ、意味が理解できないって。簡潔に書いたつもりだぞ。げで丸く収まるぞ。まだ送ってないぞ。こっちから頼んでおいて本当にすまない。
今回の件、私に任せてもらえないかな。
チムのつったか。
ええ、連立方程式の一つも解けなくて。
こんな問題がどうした？バスケやってプロ目指した方がよっぽど将来の役に立つぜ。
そう、
Okay.
幼稚ね。すぐに投げ出すような中途半端な人間は絶対にプロになんてなれない。
時間の無駄だ。
俺もやめよ。堀北さんは頭いいかもしんねえけど、そんな上から来られたらついていけないって。
堀北さん、こんなんじゃ誰も一緒に勉強なんてしてくれないよ。
なことで余計なことをしたと痛感したわ。
それって。
足手まといは今のうちに脱落してもらった方がいいということよ。
Mm.
見捨てたくないの。堀北さんだってそう思って勉強会を開いたんでしょ？
あなた本当は何をしに来たの？
I'm still waiting.
邪魔をするために来たの？
Mm-hmm.
堀北さんはそうやっ って敵を作るような
I don't trust you.
平気で言えそんなの私
I don't trust her. They didn't know each other in the past. And did she, I don't know, bully Suzune before or something? Because I don't trust her. Like, I really don't. Her sweetness feels too fake to me.
ここまで追ってくるとはな。
もう兄さんの知っている頃の
So they're
夢な話
brothers.
と
Okay,
違い
what
ま
is
す
it?
追いつ
学校を選んだのは失敗だったな。
すぐに A クラスに上がってみせます。そうしたら
無理だ。
生徒会長。
D クラスに振り分けられた妹。今すぐこの学園を去れ。
兄さん
それを知れ。
あんた、なぜ
やめて綾野浩二君。
Oh!
船。
入学試験全科目で50点を取ったという新入生がいたな。100点満点中の50。狙って揃えたな。
偶然って怖いっすね。
お前に友達がいたとは正直驚いた。
彼は
Yes, he
友
is.
達なんかじゃありません。
Yes, he is.
上のクラスに上がりたければ死に物狂いであがけ。
I was not expecting that. That was such a welcome. I don't know.
堀北も普通の女の子なんだって分かってよかった。なんでもありません。あのと茶道やってたんだよ。
さっきは書道って。
書道もやってたんだよ。
He probably good at a whole lot of stuff, right?
あなたのことよくわからない。
お前、本当にもう勉強会はいいのか？
ええ、上のクラスを目指すこともたやすくなる。
の欠点は他人を足手まといだと決めつけ、手を見下すその考え方こそ、お前が D クラスに落とされた理由じゃないのか。
I mean, they don't know the criteria, you know, or the S system or whatever. Like how the score people and stuff based on what? We don't know.
こうして絶望的な状況の中、
Give me turns.
その日を迎え、俺たち D クラスは D クラスの全生徒は高得点を獲得していた。
Okay. I was surprised this episode. Like, I know it's because it's gonna take me a while for me to get used to the names. Susune, right? I know Susune noticed Ayano Koji. Yeah. Ayano Koji's arms being sort of like, I don't know, well built, I guess, I don't know, or something. And her noticing it, and you know, I don't quite remember if she asked him if he did any kind of sports or anything. I think she asked that kind of question. Like she referenced his arms and everything, but you know, I'm just thinking, okay, maybe he's gonna join some kind of club, you know, sports club or something, and maybe that might help them getting points and all of those things. That's what I was thinking. And then when he came out and saw what was hearing Suzune and her brother talking, and then he approached, and then he was about to did it look like he was about to punch her in the stomach? Because he has his hands sort of like this, like a claw or whatever, and he was about to like drive it. Ah, what the heck? And he just showed up and he like held his hands, held him back, you know? And the way she told him to like stop, and then was about to attack, like was about to backhand him, and he just, I don't know, that whole scene, I'm just like, it just shocked me. It shocked me. I was so surprised. I guess I wasn't expecting this. It's probably not gonna be like always like that, like some kind of fighting anime or anything. I'm expecting this to be just like school stuff, you know. Maybe there are bullies, and you just see the students go through school and all those things. I wasn't expecting like fighting like that happen. So I guess maybe that's why I was so shocked. Or maybe it's because Ayano Koji is someone that's sort of like, the way he speaks, that's sort of like this, he has sort of like this deadpan way of speaking, the basically sort of like no intonation, no fluctuations in his tone, in his voice when he's speaking. He just feels like some kind of, he sort of reminds me of I'm not forgetting his name, Shikamaru in Naruto, like someone that just doesn't, that is a drag, someone that doesn't want to make any kind of effort, that just sort of want to coast through life. That's the kind of person that he feels like to me. So when I saw him do this, what I feel like was this amazing thing, it just shocked me, And so clearly he knows martial arts. Maybe that's what Suzune noticed when she looked at his arms and stuff while they were by the swimming pool. I don't know, but that just, it surprised me. It really did. And then when the class president was saying something about him making 50s, like all the scores or whatever were like 50s. I'm like, that's way too precise. Okay, so clearly he knew what he was doing. He didn't want to go above or below. He just wanted to be there. So for someone to do that, that means this person has higher intelligence, probably smarter than I'm not gonna say the majority of people, but he's really, 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 really smart, in my opinion, based on what I've seen. I feel like he's talented in a whole bunch of stuff, because when the president asked him, he asked him something, and then he said he studied something in calligraphy or whatever. I don't quite remember what the first thing was. And then later, when him and Susune were by themselves, he said something about a tea ceremony. And so it's like, I don't even remember what the first thing was. So it's like 3 different things right there. He's saying that he's good at them. A tea ceremony, calligraphy, and whatever the first thing was. You can clearly see him know how to fight, because he was able to evade the class president. All the matière, all the subjects, all the tests, all the subjects, he had 50s, and it meaning that he controlled everything that happened in those subjects, meaning that he knows all those subjects pretty much. So it's like I'm just excited to see what he can do. It's clearly he can do a whole lot of stuff, but he's just like playing it cool, doesn't want to make any wave, it seems like. I'm excited to see what an Ayano Koji can do. And now the relationship between Suzune and her brother, is it an abusive relationship? Because the first episode, she said to, what's her name again, Kushida? Yeah, last episode, when Kushida and wanted them to meet at the cafeteria, and Ayano Koji helped her and all those things. And when Susune was leaving, and she was like, she's been alone basically all her life or something or other like that. And then there's a relationship between her and the class president. Right? Not the class president, but the president of the students, whatever, man. The brother. There's a relationship between them that we didn't know in the first episode. And the fact that she was saying that she has always been alone her whole life. And then this episode, you see her and him talking, and she's like, basically, she's trying to catch up to him, which is, I feel like it's an anime trope where you have these two siblings, one that's really excelling in basically in everything, and the other one that's trying to catch up. And in this case, it's Suzune and her brother, and she's saying to the brother, okay, like she's trying to catch up to him, and he's pissed off about it because they assigned her to class D, which is like the bottom of the bottom, and he's in class A, and he's feeling like that's a stain on him and whatnot. And then he was about to like strike her, you know. So clearly, there's some kind of physical abuse thing going on between them two. I don't like that. And then you, Kushida. I said this the first episode, and I've been saying it this episode. I don't trust her. I do not trust her. I feel like, yes, there are genuine people like that in the world, but for some reason, when I'm watching her do her thing, it just screams fake to me. Like, oh, I just became friends with all these people and I don't want to lose those friendships, so I'm gonna help. And then when Ayano Koshi asked for her help because Suzune wanted the three basically most likely to drop out to have a study session, and she enlisted, the way she enlisted herself was so funny. She enlisted Ayano Koshi's help to get those three to come, right? And he contacted them. They were like, no. And then he went through Kushida. And then when Kushida is like, okay, but I want to join that study session too. I don't like it. When people are like, they're trying to offer, she's like, okay, I want to be friends with her. And she's like, no, I don't want to be friends with you. But you're trying to push yourself into her space. I don't like that. That just screams someone with an ulterior motive. And then when they were the way she was rejecting and Ukoji went, they were like, okay, Kushida was wanting to come with you. That no, that whole scene was funny. Okay, so it's like you come for some reason. I don't know how she did it, but all of them were there. It didn't go well. And then the three left. The boys, they left. And then she turns, Suzune turns to her and she's like, what do you want? Are you trying to sabotage me? I don't know, for some reason that line makes me feel like, and the way Kushida is so pushing to want to be friends with her in this new school, because clearly all of them came to this new school from somewhere, you know, and the fact that she's trying so hard to be around her, and Suzune is pushing so hard to not let her be with her friend, to not let her be a friend. And then you have her saying this to her, are you trying to sabotage me? And me feeling that Kushida is being fake. It just feels like these two knew each other from wherever, and Kushida is not a good person. That she did something to Suzune, which is why she doesn't now want to associate herself with her in any way, shape, or form. Like, or each time Kushida is trying to get close to her, she's like, no. She's cutting it off like that. And it's not that she doesn't want to have friends. I feel like it's not that she doesn't want to have friends, because she speaks to Ayano Koji like really easily. It's not that it's Ayano Koji that comes to her and wants to talk to her. She initiates those conversations most of the time. So it's not that she doesn't want to have friends. It's just that there's something about Kushida that she just does not trust and does not want to have around her. So I'm like, yeah, I don't trust Kushida either. And I feel like one of the reasons why I don't trust her is because of the way the show is sort of sexualizes her. You know, it seems the way the show portrays her with her boobs and all those things and her sweetness, and I don't know, it just screams someone that uses her appearance to manipulate you, to get you to do things for her, which also means to me that there's something off about you. So I don't know, I guess we'll see how that plays out. Now, there was the S system. They said that it was based on points, right? The first class that gets to reach 1,000 points is like, at the top. So the closer you are to 1,000 points, that's how it's ranked. Class A was like 970 something, I believe. And then they showed two people in class A, and the president was with them, and he asked them if they knew something about the S system. So I was wondering when he mentioned that, I don't know, somewhere the way he was looking at them, like if they knew something about the S system, made me think that maybe these two that he singled out, because there's supposed to be other people in the class, right? So why is he focusing on these two people? Okay. And then he's asking them, okay, what do you know about the S system or something or other along those lines? I'm thinking that maybe these two already had an idea of how the system worked, and then were able to use their knowledge of the system to gain all these points and all of that. Like, that's just my I'm assuming assumption, but maybe he's just like trying to teach them how the system works so that they can keep their level, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, we don't know what they are being graded on, because the student asked, okay, clearly now we are at 0 points. How did we lose those points? How can we gain those points? The teacher was like, I'm not gonna tell you, basically. So we don't know how that works. But she did say that if they do well on the midterm, that might help them gain more points and everything. So by the end they did say that they all got like high marks in those subjects. So I don't know how that's gonna affect them going forward. Like, how many points are they gonna get in total? Are they like, clearly they're not gonna be 0, right? They have to have a little bit of points, but how far are they gonna be from class C? Because that was their goal. We need to overtake class C, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to overtake them just by having these midterms. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to episode 3, the link is gonna be in the pinned comment, so you can just click on it and you can watch it right now. I'll see you next time. Bye. For you, unbreakable, unbreakable, breakable, unbreakable.